What's going on, THP? Much More 18 here with the third sit down of the 2023 Grandaddy team. As I said in the last two videos, these are going to be a bit quick hitter, so there's no reason to delay the start of them. So let's introduce the team who's joining me tonight. Big Mac, why don't you start? Just easy stuff like THP name, full name, which isn't as easy as it should be for some people on this team, and how you found THP.
Okay, THP name is Big Mac. Real life name Verge McAllister. And I don't know exactly how I found THP. I think it was just I was at the point I was looking for a place for golf discussion and did a Google search. THP was one of a couple results that came up. I actually joined 3 different forums, and THP is the only one that I've stuck with. So I've been here since 2010.
2010?
2010.
Besides JB or Dan, are you the most tenured THP person we have?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think there's a few that have been around about that amount of time.
All right. I mean, I should know this. I've done the videos with everybody so far, but shoot, I forget that detail every time.
If I look at my user number, it's like 4476 or something like that. So it's far from the first.
I didn't mean first. I just meant on our team, but
Oh yeah.
we'll stop. Yeah. We'll give somebody else a chance to talk. MTB Loco, what about you?
All right, so NTB Loco, real name is Brian Cherry. I've totally forgotten all the things you want me to talk about. But I believe you said, how did I find THP?
Just how you found THP.
So I played golf as a kid on the farm, never played more than 9 holes of golf here or there. I went out my senior year for the golf team just to get a coach. I never played golf again. I got into mountain biking, hence MTB Loco. And fast forward to, I'm here in Arizona. I've been here at that point more than 10 years. My coworkers were like, let's go to Topgolf. And so I went to Topgolf and said, hey, I'm actually kind of good at this. This is fun. And so I went to the range with my old clubs that I bought from, I don't know, Kmart way back when as a kid, and said, yeah, I can hit a golf ball again. Let's go buy custom clubs. And while I was researching for clubs to buy, I found THP. So that was June of 2019 when I joined and found all that. And here we are.
Here we are. All right. What about you, OU?
So my forum name's OU Magic, and my name is Sean Callahan. I found THP, I think it was 2018, maybe beginning of 2019. I can't remember. But it was looking for a Bridgestone E12 soft golf ball review. I had found one on the course and thought it was kind of fun to hit. It felt like a marshmallow, but went about the same distance when I was playing. So I just thought it was cool and looked it up and kind of joined. I think it was right around, there was some event and I was like, man, this place is pretty neat. So I kind of stuck around since then.
Nice. Kind of a unique thing with the three of you is that you guys are part of an unofficial THP group, AZTHP. Sean, do you want to jump in and kind of explain what AZTHP is to?
Yeah, so basically there was 3 of us from Arizona that had met at the budget championship in 2019. It's kind of like we got picked. I was on a team with Magic Spell. We were the Illusionists was the name of our team name, and then Wildcat was also on a team there. I think he was with Mancest. But anyway, that's how the 3 of us kind of met, and we decided to start playing some golf together because I was from Phoenix, they were from Tucson, and then I think it really came up. We did an event at Chris's course down in Tucson, Sewelo, and we all had so much fun. We're like, man, we should do this more often. This is a blast, and that's kind of how the league formed. It kind of almost like I don't know. I like to refer to this as almost like a fraternity. We're kind of like old school in a fraternity that's not a fraternity that is about golf, but we talk about life and the other things. But we just all get together. It's pretty cool because about half of us are from Phoenix, about half from Tucson, and then we've got Verge is up north, and Rob Rand is up north, so we got people from other around. But now we got people like visit all the time and from Texas and all out of state just to play with us. It's fun. We have a blast. I don't know if I'd still be playing golf as much as I do without the league.
That's really cool. And it's cool that it's such a big, all of you guys or most of you guys are such a big presence on THP as a whole too. So I just wanted to give you guys a shout out.
Thanks, man.
So our second THP experience rookie is part of this group, so I'm going to save him for last. But for the other two of you, why don't you share what events you guys have been in for THP and how that experience as a whole kind of shaped your THP journey? Loco, you want to start?
Okay, yeah. So my first event was the Ben Hogan UST Mamiya event in November 2020 at Hammock Beach. So that event obviously blew my mind, but it also happened to be that I got to share that event with another AZTHP guy on the MSE ASU, and I didn't really know him at that point. He wasn't active in our league, and so but the two of us went to fly there and did the whole experience together. That was a crazy event to go see, and it was cool to be a part of it. Then 2 years later, I got a tap by JB to be part of the Morgan Cup. So I was in last year's Team Paradise Morgan Cup, the year, well, guess the one just happened, but in 2022. So I was part of that. Those two events were dramatically different in my opinion. There was so much more competition in the Morgan Cup than there was in the other one, like actual golf competition. But that event was special in that it was this big, we all got together. It was 4 days of just really amount of fun. And it kind of just fueled all of my golf going forward. And I didn't know if I was going to find something that would top that. I kind of thought, oh, I've kind of peaked. And then all of a sudden, no one ever thinks you're going to get into the Grandaddy, and then you get tapped into the Grandaddy, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, there's something else, something better. I guess that's my journey with experiences have been those two.
Gotcha. Yeah. Get ready for December is all I can say. What about you, OU?
So like I said, I think I joined it was probably April of 2019, and then I ended up in like one of those rookies that had just barely joined THP and got picked for an event. So that was the budget championship in September of 2019. I remember it because it was my wedding anniversary, and my wife's like, "You're gonna go meet a bunch of random dudes for our anniversary?" I was like, "Yeah, well, it's at Coeur d'Alene, so they got a floating island green. I'm going." So
Gotta go.
that's when I met those two guys from Arizona, and it's kind of like, so then I got picked for the Morgan Cup in 2020. That was strange because I think I got picked in, I don't know, February. I don't remember the dates, but then COVID hit. We were supposed to go in May, but we were a team for like 9 months. We ended up going in October because of COVID, and that was just, they finally opened up Vegas, and we got to go. So I went to the Morgan Cup in 2020, and then it was the Adele was 2022. I went to Robert Trent Jones with a couple of the guys that are on this team.
Yeah, you have two teammates on the team, right?
Well, JB too. He was a teammate.
Right.
He was really more of a carrying mate, but Britton was a teammate, and Brian S was an opponent. So, but yeah, I mean, the night before the Grandaddy, I was telling some of my buddies that there's no way I'm going to get picked. You just never think this is going to happen to you. And it did. It's just crazy. But that's basically my experience with THP events.
Gotcha. So our THP experience rookie, our second one, 2010, you've been on the forum and this is your first experience. What does it feel like having the Grandaddy be the first one, and how has it changed THP for you this year, Burge? Or Big Mac?
Absolutely.
Big Mac.
Absolutely amazing. The Grandaddy has always been, for me, like the dream experience. I'm a Callaway guy. And the Grandaddy is just the Grandaddy. I mean, it's the Grandaddy. So, of course, I was completely blown away when I got the tap from JB, got picked for the team. Really looking forward to it. and I think it's going to be a great time.
Uh,
And as far as how it's changed THP, I think it's increased my engagement a little bit. Uh, Following the other events and just being more involved in the forum, trying to lead by example.
since this is your first one, did you have to go through the same spiel that we all did? Saying that it's not, somebody's not trying to kill you or harvest your organs or anything?
I already heard from all these guys that there's no Nigerian prince there. There's no axe murderers waiting in the shadows, except maybe at the nest.
True. Yeah, that clown looks kind of scary at all times. So, but by this point, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the video that I put out with the alumni. I asked them 3 different questions about the Grandaddy.
Several times.
And I kind of want to ask you guys one of the questions that I asked them, and that is, what did you know about the Grandaddy before this year, I guess, being on the team? And what does it mean to you to be selected for the 10th anniversary? Loco, you want to start?
Yeah, here's the hard one. What did I know? Well, I got selected to be in this event because when I first joined THB, I joined in June. One of the first, obviously, Grandaddy was that year, it was 2019. And in looking into that, someone had posted the video that Nate took of Al's speech, of him at the Grandaddy. I think it was 2018 was the year, and he was giving the speech about what it meant, not only to us as THPers, but really what it meant to him and all the other things. That speech was so powerful and moving. And now that I've been in THP for so long, and it meant so much, it showed so much about what this place is and what this means to all these other people that you don't think it impacts them. My recollection of that video is why I got in the event. So I had that knowledge. I've now become friends and played golf multiple times with Nate, who took the video, who I wouldn't have ever met in the other way. And then one of our league members, one of my good friends, WB21, was in it last year, and I got to follow him go through all this journey, and I got to talk to him while after I got selected, and he's so excited for me and for all the rest of us to take part of this thing that he went through last year. So I know the essence of the Grandaddy, but everyone says you don't know the Grandaddy to get there. So what am I looking forward to? How's it going to turn me? I don't have an answer to that because I know that it's going to surprise me at every turn.
Yeah, it absolutely will, and that's all I can say to you. OU, what about you?
So I was always a Callaway fan, so I kind of knew just the fact that Callaway was involved. I mean, my first set of real clubs that I bought after getting a job was when the Big Berthas first came out. And then I had my favorite putter, I still have it, is a Odyssey DF 990. I refinished it. The face doesn't really work, so I don't really use it anymore, but I just love that putter. So just the fact that they were involved, I thought, oh, that would be really cool. But the first one I followed when I didn't know was, it's like all this stuff's redacted. They're taking pictures of food and the course, but you can't talk about the equipment. So I kind of knew it was something special, the fact that they trusted some THP forum members to see the stuff and not spill the beans and try to sell to golf magazines or whatever. But as far as what to expect, I have no idea. I mean, I've met Mr. Finley. He was at the Budget Championship in 2019. Really liked the guy, but I don't know much about the guys other than what I've seen on videos and things like that. And the equipment's just is awesome. But as far as what to expect, I have no idea. I know that I'm going to be surprised and blown away. So, but as far as what I knew, just it was Callaway, and it was pretty awesome that we were getting to see stuff that nobody else got to see.
What about you, Verge? Big Mac? I need to call you Big Mac.
I know the same thing that basically anybody who hasn't been to the Grandaddy on the forum knows. I mean, I've followed some of them. 21 and 22, especially your year and last year, I followed very closely. And I've gotten to talk to Double B21 a little bit. He was nice enough to share some wisdom and give me his point of view on it. Of course, he was blown away by it. And that's basically what I expect. I don't know, like MTB Loco said, and Magic said, I don't know what to expect other than to be blown away at every turn. Just to be amazed and to be humbled and very grateful.
I think I said in the first group, I could tell you like right now everything that's going to happen if I knew it, and it's still you can't describe what's going to happen. So I'm really excited to be in this position and see you guys go through that. But like I said, this is kind of a quicker video, and one of the last things I wanted to do before we get off is some rapid fire questions for all three of you. They'll be pretty easy, like this or that, or just a name off the top of your head. There's been a pretty strong response about one of these questions to a certain member, so I kind of want to see if you guys say the same thing.
I already know. I haven't heard, but I can already guess.
But all right, well, I'm excited to hear your questions then, Verge. But we're going to start with OU, if you're ready, Sean.
Sure.
All right. Who's last to leave the nest?
Mount MT Bloco.
Who's most likely to miss the bus?
Oh, PP4.
Sliders or blueberry lemonade?
Sliders.
Is Triple Frack alive?
He's in the back of my mind always.
And then funniest teammate on the team?
Brian S, because I've met him. He's hilarious in person.
Well, you've met these two, and
exactly. Brian S, like I said.
Damn.
Big Mac, you ready?
Go ahead.
Where is it? All right. Most likely to miss the bus.
Pitter patter. PP 420 or 4.
There you go. I was going to say we can't do inside jokes.
Yeah.
What's your hideaway first? Pro shop or breakfast?
Pro shop.
Pro shop. Teammate who you would put against Luke to outdrink him? Quick.
Canadan.
Okay. Oh, let's go, Dan. Will you be first out or last out of the nest?
Somewhere in between.
And then part of the fitting you're most excited about?
Irons.
Loco, you good to go?
Oh yeah.
All right. Same question as Big Mac just got. Part of the fitting you're most excited for?
Irons. My weakest thing.
White hot insert or milled insert?
White hot because I want more forgiveness.
Who's the most likely to miss the bus?
PP4.
You guys are the best. Who's the last to leave the nest?
PP4.
And then I'm going to ask you the same question. Teammate who you would put up against Luke to outdrink him?
Grandaddy's a great answer. I don't know if he is willing to do it.
I don't think he's willing, but I bet he might stand a chance.
Could do it. That's so him.
All right, boys. Well, that's the end of the video that I had stuff planned, but in 21, I do know that Finley watched these and he passed them on to the Callaway team. So is there anything that you guys want to say to Mr. Finley or any of the Callaway team before we end up seeing them in December? Big Mac, we'll start with you.
Well, first of all, Mr. Finley and the Callaway crew, thank you. We're all extremely grateful. And humbled to be able to be a part of this. You know, it's said on THP a lot, nobody deserves the granddaddy. And we've talked about that in our chats, and I believe every one of us to the core believes that. And we're very grateful to have the opportunity, and we look forward to meeting y'all and playing against you and bringing the belt back home.
There it is. Oh, you?
Yeah, let's see, I've won 3 dozen golf balls the last few years on betting on the Grandaddy. I bet on Finley, Tudor, and then I won one betting against Finley. So I just I might win some balls this year betting against Callaway. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm thinking I might win some golf balls.
I mean, you're gonna get some free golf balls, but
but I'm talking side wagers.
All right.
It's sweeter. It's sweeter when you win them, right?
Yeah,
I hear that. What about you, Loco?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing has to echo what Big Mac just said, right? I mean, we are humbled that we're part of this, and so thank you for this opportunity. But I also want to, say what my boy OU down there said. We're going to be ready. We're coming. I have no idea what that means, but because this is a monumental task of beating them, but I feel that our team is ready for the challenge of bringing this experience to THP and everyone else watching. And as long as we do that, we win.
I like that. Well, thanks, fellas. Like I've said in the past 2 videos, there's no end to what Callaway gives to the forum, whether it's this event, their time on the forum, or either other experiences like Dream Foursomes or the Goat Cup. So I just want to end this video with a quick thank you from all of us to all of you for what you continue to do for the forum and what you'll be doing for all 15 of us in December. Less than 30 days to go, fellas.
Let's go.
So thank you to my 3 teammates for joining me tonight. The last video I have coming should be pretty interesting. It's the captain, THP's second in command, and the only captain that has won the Grandaddy. So it's almost time, and until then, we'll see you guys on the forum. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right.